Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Sauti ya Ujasiri. I'm Wamboi Rugenyi. Today I'm joined by Agatha Mumo. She's the founder and the lead psychologist at Arcadian Counseling. And today we are going to talk about mental health in children. Thank you, Agatha, for having us here. You have a very nice place. It's very warm. Kindly, you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Wamboi, for visiting me here today. I'm really delighted. I'm thankful. And like she has said, my name is Agatha Mumo. I'm a counseling psychologist. And I really am passionate about matters mental health. And that is what we are discussing today. I'm looking forward to interacting with you. Feel free, feel warm, feel welcome.
Thank you very much. So we like keeping our videos very short and sweet because of obvious reasons of attention. So today we just want to understand what is mental health in children. Yes, and do they suffer from any disorders where they're at home, at school? And right now during COVID period, how do you identify children with these disorders, with anxiety?
Okay, thank you, Wambui. So basically, mental health well-being is the wholeness of a person. It is the ability to be able to interact socially. It is the ability to be able to interact spiritually with your higher being. It's the ability to be stable psychologically and even physically. So when any of those facets is disturbed, like the child is not able to function physically, maybe they are having pain syndrome, like they complain about pain all the time, they are having undiagnosed issues, or maybe they are not able to socialize with others the way we would expect them, although sometimes our expectations are too high. But if they are not able to function socially, then that would raise questions. If again they are not able to even function in terms of grooming, in terms of play, in terms of interaction with other children, in terms of education, their books, if they're not able to interact well with their books, then at that point, as a parent, you're supposed to raise your antenna and get to know what is happening with your child, because they could be having a mental health condition that is undiagnosed.
That is good. So as caregivers, right now we have children at home. How do I know my child is going through distress? My child has anxiety. What are those things that maybe I can pick up? Yes.
All right. So the first thing we are supposed to understand about our children is the personality of your child. Once you understand the personality of your child, something that we'll talk about in the coming episodes, once you understand about the personality of your child, then you're able to pick when they're not within their personality. For example, there's a personality that is known as sanguine, and you expect a sanguine to be bubbly, to be a child who is playing around, to be a child who is interacting with others very freely, to be a very friendly person, outgoing. So when your child all of a sudden was outgoing and they are now withdrawn, was really playful, they are all of a sudden they're not playing. This child was someone who was bubbly and was able to express themselves. All of a sudden they're just moody, they're throwing tantrums, they're not able to express what they feel. Then as a parent, you need to understand that your child is going through some form of anxiety, and you need to find out what the anxiety is all about, because anxiety could come from many directions. For example, right now we are having the COVID-19 pandemic. Anxiety could stem from that. We are having a change in routine. They were used to going to school, they were used to having their friends, seeing teachers all of a sudden.
Or going outside there and playing. Now you're telling them no going outside, no playing.
And when they are going outside, you expect them to wear a mask. It's a strange thing.
They have to keep washing their hands.
Yes. So those changes can bring a lot of anxiety in a child. Again, this is an era where if as a parent you don't really monitor what is happening with your children, they could be exposed to different different forms of abuse, and especially sexual abuse.
Mm.
And for a child who is going through abuse, they'll also show some signs.
Yeah.
They could all of a sudden start being too clingy or new,
Yeah.
and when you're going out, they just want to go with you.
Like a separation syndrome.
Yes, exactly,
Something.
exactly. All of a sudden, something has is not
happened.
right. It's
Yeah.
not 1 plus 1 is not adding to 2. Yeah. So I always say, as a parent, you really need to be hyper vigilant. You need to be open with your children. Get to understand each and every of your child, because even same parented children have different personalities. They have different ways of how they handle issues, and for that reason, then as a parent, you need to understand your children in different ways for you to for it to be easier for you to pick if there's something that is unusual for that child.
Very true. And something very important. Right now we are having our children at home. How do you tell them no? Like, no going out, no jumping, no breaking, no. How would you advise us to, how can we tell our children no without, with boundaries, without making them feel maybe intimidated, and without giving too much, like yes, I don't know, where do we get the balance?
Like striking a balance.
Yes, where do we strike the balance?
So as parents, sometimes we fail because we don't really include our children in decision making, and that is why at the end of the day they will just want to rebel. They will go against your no because you did not include them. So the best way, when you're maybe planning a timetable, involve them. Tell them to write the timetable for you, or if they're not in a position to write a timetable, ask them, what would you like to do in the morning? What would you like to do at 1? What would you like to do at 4? And you'll be surprised at the things they'll tell you. So, like, let me give an example, because I'm a parent. So for my children, I told them, because we are now in the house, we need to create a schedule. But I need you to come up with this schedule. So we were discussing, and the younger one is a bit small, so he's not able to write. He still doesn't know how to write. But he really contributed. Was like, Mom, I want breaks for cartoon. I need to watch Teen Titans, and then also want a break to play with my friends. So when you now create these schedules with them, it's easier for them to feel it's their initiative. So they are likely to follow whatever you've created with them.
True.
If you want certain house rules, discuss with them the house rules. Like, what should mommy expect from you? And then they give you the rules. Like, don't eat when you don't eat and speak, or when you go out, make sure when you come back you wash your hands. When you go out, wear your mask. Get to understand. Do they understand what coronavirus is? How is it transmitted? What is there? Get to their
What
point
is the
of knowledge.
understanding?
Yes.
Not even without you telling them.
Yes.
What do they understand?
Yes, what do they understand? Get to their point of knowledge. What do they understand? Then once you've realized maybe there's a gap somewhere, then you can throw in your word. But from their angle. You'll be surprised, they know a lot. They'll tell you, we're not supposed to touch our eyes to touch. So it's a no for you. They shouldn't touch their eyes. But now you won't tell them, don't touch your eyes. Don't
Because
touch your mouth.
it comes from them.
It comes
they
from
understand.
them. They understand. They understand.
So at what age should we start looking out about on mental health children? And when you talk about children, I believe we're talking about 18 years and below. So from what age down there should we talk about mental health in children, and should we involve them, as you're saying, in our day-to-day even decision making, and trying to understand where they're coming from? Yes.
And before I go to that, that reminds me that whatever I'm saying depends with different age groups.
Yes.
Because remember, for an adolescent, they're already in a capacity to make a decision. So you can just basically discuss with them the schedule. For the younger ones, you can make it playful, the way I had explained earlier. So again, when we come to including the children into the day-to-day activities, it depends with their age. So when the very little children, you need to be like there. You need to be really present. For the very older one, you need to be there, but at the same time allow them to be. It's a very tricky balance.
Like you're there, but you're
Yes, you're there, especially the adolescents.
Yeah.
You're there to like supervise what they are doing,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're allowing them to experience getting into adulthood.
Yes, true.
Without being so like everywhere in their life.
Yes, because they have different personalities, as you said.
Yes.
So you don't expect them to exactly do things your way.
Yes.
You have to give them the freedom.
Yeah.
And then,
but at the same time, be able to supervise. You strike a balance.
Oh, okay.
So when you come to mental health conditions, you can pick mental health conditions depending with their severity as early as even 1 year. Because remember, when a baby is born, there are those milestones that we expect. The growth milestones. You expect at 6 months your baby should be smiling. At maybe 3 months your baby should be seated.
True.
So when you have delayed milestones, that is a number one indicator that there's something wrong with your child.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you see those delayed milestones, you can go to the hospital and inquire, because again, children are different. You can just have a normal child without any mental health condition.
Very true.
Who is having delayed milestones, maybe because of their genetics or something. Then again, the other thing is that for earlier ages, it's more on the milestones. But as early as 2 years, you are able to pick the personality of a child. So once now your child has reached the age of 2 years, they're expressive. Some are even now having speech.
Yes.
So you are able to pick several things. You will realize at 2 years there are those who really throw tantrums, and you're wondering what is wrong with my child. But it is expected around that time that the child might start throwing tantrums.
Yes.
But again, if this child has an underlying condition like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, the milestones or the tantrum throwing for that child might be more as compared to a child who is just balanced in terms of their hormones.
True.
Again, you're likely to tell for maybe children who have conduct disorder, which is diagnosed at around the age of adolescent 11, 10, as early as 10 you can diagnose conduct disorder. But in early years, you can just begin seeing that defiance in that child. Like they want to do things their way. They will always go against the rules. Nothing you say seems to make sense to them. And that is a child who will definitely, when now they are adults, they are definitely likely to have antisocial personality disorder. So as a parent, the first thing is understand your child. Once you understand your child, then you are able to pick any difference in the way they behave. You are able to pick, in case there are delayed milestones, you are able to tell, oh, we don't have this in our family. Like maybe everyone in our family is expected to maybe be able to speak at around the age of 1. Then your child has stayed for like 3 years.
They're not uttering a word. At
They're
least
not even
basic
saying
words,
mama.
Yes.
It's just total silence. Then that should be able to encourage a parent to just go and get assessment from an expert.
That was actually very enlightening and eye-opening. So I think in our next episodes, we are going to talk about those disorders in details and how to understand our children more, especially during this time that we are spending a lot of time with them. So maybe the last question is, we are now spending most time with our children, especially those who have been in boarding school. And you've said that you need to understand their personality. And we find ourselves now at a point where we think we don't even know who our children are. So I have maybe a teenager in the house. They've been in boarding for 5 years. And I'm not understanding them. I don't know. Maybe I can remember their personality from young a young age. So how do we deal with this new thing? Now we are with our children who've been away in boarding. We don't understand their personalities. How do we understand them more?
Right. So basically, the first thing, especially with the grown, the older children, like the teenagers, the
Yes.
ones in high school, the first thing that you need to do is open a base for communication. The moment you open a base for communication with your child, it means when you're spending time together, then you're getting to know each other
More.
Yes.
I think we should capitalize on that now, because we
Yes.
have a lot of time together.
This is an opportunity for us actually to do that. Because remember, in most cases, when they close boarding school, we are always planning for vacation, we are planning to go and visit, and you don't know relative who and who.
Yes.
So you never have time with that child.
It's holiday, it's fun.
It's holiday, it's fun.
Right now the fun part is over.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
3
Yes.
months, 4 months down the line. There's
Exactly.
no more holiday.
Exactly. So,
Yes.
so you can create fun activities in the house and ensure you have a discussion with that child. Informal discussions. Don't make them formal. Especially the teenagers don't like those formal discussions, like sit here, you know, now I want to know about you. They will take a lot of offense.
Yes.
But when you're spontaneous, like maybe you're cooking together, and then you just throw in some topic.
Yes.
Then slowly you start discussing the topic, and you realize your child will begin trusting you because you're able to open up. The moment your child begins opening up, then you can pick. If there's an area they're struggling with, you can pick. If there's an area maybe they've really grown in a balanced way, you will be able to pick. So it begins with setting a base for communication.
Communication is key.
Yes,
to everything.
exactly. Yes.
I think that was very enlightening, and I think we'll discuss more
Yeah.
in the coming episodes. And before we leave, maybe there is someone out there who'd like to get in touch with you. I'd like to add that she's really passionate about child psychology, even from a young age. Next time I think I should take a tour on this office. You see, it's so child friendly for you. So there's someone out there who'd like to reach out to you. There's someone who would want to know, where can I find you? Maybe they're not located in Nakuru. Can we have a teleconference? Anything? What are your contacts? Where can we find you physically, and all that as we wind up?
Right. Thank you, Ambui. So physically, we are located at Tower 1, second floor, inside Nomad Dental in Nakuru. And for those who are outside Nakuru, we offer video conferencing where we do a WhatsApp video or a Zoom video, or whichever platform you prefer as a parent. We can have that platform with your child. And we have a Facebook page. You can follow us at Arcadian Counseling. Then my phone number is 0725 759 455. 0725 759 455. In case you need to call, feel free to call anytime. Sometimes someone can get a distress even at a very late hour of the night. Don't hesitate to call.
Thank you very much. At least we know we have someone to call.
True.
The line is open 24/7.
Yeah.
And thank you for subscribing, and also for just checking out our videos. We'll have this more and more. You can just check us out on YouTube. You can follow us on IGTV, on my account, Ruth Arugenyi, and also on her platform, Arcadian Counseling. Thank you very much. We'll catch up next time as we talk more on children's mental health. Thank you.